The world stopped watching the news and started watching a live stream of a mental breakdown. Charlie Sheen, the highest paid actor on television, sitting in his mansion, looking gaunt, manic, smoking cigarette after cigarette. He spoke of tiger blood, of Adonis DNA, of winning. The internet laughed. It became a meme. He went on a tour. He sold merchandise. He gained millions of followers on Twitter in hours. But look closer at those videos today. You don't see a comedian, you see a man in the grip of a severe manic episode, fueled by substance abuse and a terrifying secret he was spending millions to hide. We laughed at the clown. But we ignored the tragedy. How did the golden boy of Hollywood, the son of acting royalty, become the face of public self-destruction? And why did the industry let it happen for so long? This is the story of Charlie Sheen, not the sitcom character, but the man who burned down his own empire while the world applauded. Carlos Irwin Estevez was born into royalty, Hollywood royalty. His father was Martin Sheen, a legend. But Charlie's childhood wasn't just red carpets, it was intense. In 1976, a 10-year-old Charlie flew to the Philippines, to the set of his father's movie, Apocalypse Now. It was a cursed production. Typhoons, drugs, madness. Charlie watched his father drink himself into oblivion for the role. He watched his father suffer a massive heart attack and nearly die on set. He saw, at a very young age, that art, fame, and self-destruction were intertwined. Maybe he learned the wrong lesson. He didn't care about school. He barely graduated. He wanted the life, the intensity. He changed his name to Charlie Sheen and stepped into the light. In the mid-80s, Charlie Sheen was untouchable. He wasn't a joke. He was a serious, dramatic actor. Oliver Stone, the brilliant director, cast him in Platoon. Charlie delivered a haunting performance, capturing the loss of the innocence in Vietnam. Then came Wall Street. He played Bud Fox, the ambitious young broker seduced by greed. It was prophetic. Charlie, young, handsome, and rich, was being seduced by the same forces. By the age of 23, he had everything, but the darkness was already there. While his father, Martin, had found sobriety and Catholicism, Charlie found cocaine and alcohol and escorts. He spent fortunes on sports cars, private jets, and a lifestyle that moved at 1,000 miles an hour. He was living the bad boy fantasy. But in 1990, the fantasy nearly turned deadly. His fiancée, actress Kelly Preston, was shot in the arm inside their home. The official story? An accident. A gun in a pocket that went off, but it was a warning shot. Charlie Sheen was dangerous to himself and to others. The 90s brought a different kind of fame. His acting career began to wobble. He pivoted to comedy, Hot Shots, Major League. He was funny, but his personal life became a tabloid industry. He became the face of the Heidi Fleiss scandal. Heidi Fleiss, the Hollywood madam. When her black book was exposed, Charlie Sheen was named as her #1 client. He admitted, without shame, to spending over $50,000 on prostitutes. When asked why, he famously said, "I don't pay them for sex, I pay them to leave." It was a witty line. It made people laugh, but it revealed a deep, isolating emptiness, an inability to connect. Then came the drugs. In 1998, he overdosed. He suffered a stroke. He nearly died. He was forced into rehab, but he didn't want to be there. He famously escaped the clinic, only to be pulled over by police hours later, completely unstable. Hollywood wrote him off. He was damaged goods. His career should have ended there, but Charlie Sheen had 9 lives. The Resurrection, Chuck Lorre, the king of sitcoms, creates a show, 2.5 Men. The premise? A wealthy, drinking, womanizing jingle writer named Charlie Harper. It wasn't acting, it was a documentary. Charlie Sheen was playing himself, and the world loved it. It became the biggest comedy on television. For 8 seasons, Charlie Sheen was the highest paid actor on TV. He was making $1.8 million per episode. Think about that. The network, CBS, and the studio, Warner Brothers, were making billions. So they looked the other way. They knew he was partying, they knew he was struggling, but as long as he showed up to set and delivered the lines, the money kept flowing. This is the grey box truth. The industry didn't save him. They enabled him. They monetized his demons. They built a billion-dollar empire on the back of a man who was slowly dying inside until he couldn't hold it together anymore. The cracks become canyons. He is arrested in Aspen for domestic violence against his wife, Brooke Merler. He held a knife to her throat. Then the Plaza Hotel incident in New York. Police find him naked, drunk, having trashed the room while an escort locked herself in the bathroom in fear. Production of 2.5 Men is halted. They beg him to get help. Instead, Charlie goes to war. January 2011. He launches a public attack on the show's creator, Chuck Lorre. He calls him a maggot, a clown. He is fired. And then the mania unleashed. He creates his own internet show, Sheen's Corner. He invites the world into his home, his Sober Valley Lodge. He lives with two goddesses, porn stars. He gives interviews that are rambling, poetic, and terrifying. I'm on a drug. It's called Charlie Sheen. I have tiger blood. Winning. The media treated it as a circus, a comedy tour. But psychologists looked at those eyes, the rapid speech, the grandiose delusions, and saw a severe manic episode likely induced by drug withdrawal or a break from reality. Charlie later admitted, "I wasn't winning. I was losing. I was losing my mind." Why? Why did he snap in 2011? What triggered the nuclear meltdown? For years, it was a mystery until 2015. Charlie went on the Today Show and revealed the truth. 4 years earlier, right around the time of his breakdown, he had been diagnosed with HIV. The virus. The diagnosis broke him psychologically. He felt his life was over. He felt shame. And then the blackmail began. People he trusted, escorts he hired, discovered his medication. They threatened to expose him, to destroy his career. Charlie paid. He paid millions of dollars in hush money to keep the secret. This explains the paranoia, the anger, the financial bleeding. The tiger blood rant wasn't just arrogance. It was defense mechanism. A desperate man screaming at the world to prove he was still powerful while he felt powerless inside. He stopped taking his HIV meds during that period. He sought alternative cures in Mexico. He was flirting with death. The noise eventually stopped. The money dried up. Charlie Sheen, the man who had $150 million, claimed he couldn't afford child support. He retreated from the spotlight. He got sober, not for a movie role, but to survive. Today, Charlie Sheen is a different man. He lives a quiet life. He focuses on his children. He is reconciled with Chuck Lorre, even appearing in his new show, Bookie. He looks back at 2011, not with pride, but with cringe. He said, "It was like an alien invasion." His story is not just about a celebrity gone wild. It is a story about the machinery of fame, how we build idols, watch them burn for entertainment, and then move on to the next one. Charlie Sheen survived the crash. But the wreckage he left behind is a monument to the dangerous excess of the American dream. He was winning until he lost everything. And perhaps in losing everything, he finally found himself.